and they know that office. Some of them probably have had a penalty on them. Others probably don't know anything about it, so I don't make assumptions. But maybe you could just, first of all, start from the basic of just introduction of who you are first, and probably why you exist as a commission, and then probably then get started from that.
The Office of the Data Commissioner has existed from the Act since 2019, as an operationalization since 2020. Mm-hmm. So we are on our 5th year, going into our 6th as a commission. So basically our role as an office, our function basically is to protect personal data.
Awesome.
It's important to emphasize, because in the recent past, you're beginning to see people seeking advisories, even when it's not personal data. Mm-hmm. So our work, our sphere is personal data, things that identify an individual, whether it's sensitive or non-sensitive. That is our sphere. The law is quite tight. It gives us 90 days from when the complaint is filed to when we undertake the investigation to when we make a determination. When we make a determination, we can either enforce, if we can either issue a penalty notice, if we give you an enforcement notice and you don't comply. An adequacy decision would probably even see the Nairobi Stock Exchange grow triple-fold. Because it means that companies that are based in Europe and vice versa are able to invest here with less restriction. So that's who we are as an office.
So today it's more of an advanced conversation. First, I think we want to appreciate the milestones over the 6 years that you've done. And we know definitely we have had, in fact, when you go to events, you normally notice there's sometimes places you have to sign as an acceptance that, my photos can be taken, those kind of things. And that tells us that there's appreciation of data privacy and the works that you've done. So media organizations have invested significantly in compliance over those past few years. So I wanted to ask you, where do you believe Kenya businesses have made the greatest progress? Because you observe that, and of course with your team, and where are the biggest gaps that still concern you as the ODPC?
I think where there has been great progress is in terms of awareness. And especially in the private sector. If you're talking to banks or insurance, you will see there's really a high level of awareness in as far as data protection is there for employees, what is they need to do. But having said that, we still have gaps. You will still find that people have still not appointed data protection officers. Even though under the law is not compulsory, it's a good practice. The other one, which is very common, is poor third-party management. I think it's because technology has always been seen as a mystery. And so it's rare, or increasingly people are probably finding out that people ask the questions, especially at contract negotiation. Who is this vendor? They don't do due diligence as they should. If they are saying, no, you can't audit us, then that's a red flag. The other challenge is when it comes to data protection impact assessment, people, and this is the thing, people, at times companies hold back. They don't want to share with us data protection impact assessment because they think, because it has a lot, it at times exposes your trade, what is your thinking, what is the direction of the company. And yet, that is your biggest indicator in terms of what could possibly go wrong when you implement data protection. Those are the 3 areas: the lack of data protection officers, the fact that they don't do proper vendor due diligence, and thirdly, the issue around comprehensive data protection impact assessments.
Wow. We have to appreciate the world keeps changing. The other day, I think we were just talking about introducing it, and then AI comes. And now we are being told, anybody who ignores AI will find the consequences soon enough. And so definitely this AI, there are many different ways of ensuring that we cope up. So I wanted to ask you now, in this era of AI being embedded in all spheres from HR, customer service, marketing, financial services, what guidance are you given as ODPC that are adopting AI while processing personal data? What's the guidance around that?
It's not too late. We are working on a guidance note. In the next couple of weeks, we should be able to call for a stakeholder involvement for people to give their views in terms of our guidance on AI. Because AI is really a black box. And I think that's always the challenge. There's so much happening in that space. When we look at the kind of models that have going, we are now in agentic, you can almost not touch a specific risk. There are so many. So and yet you can't ignore it. It's what the world is moving towards. It's important to have a proper governance structure.
Yeah.
So don't have black boxes. At least be clear in terms of labeling your data. Where are you getting it from? Don't just rely on the free fall or the information is available online. Just make sure you get it right. And the governance will help in terms of moving that direction. What does the board approve? Who is responsible of AI? What are they doing? If there's an issue, how do you know? So that entire breakdown of how you will govern it. Two, I say it's important to have a sandbox. Because I think one of the biggest challenge companies have, because they're trying to really catch up with the world, people are doing test environment. They're not even doing test environment. They're going to production. A sandbox is a place to experiment.
Yeah.
And when you experiment in the development, then you're able to then take it to the production environment.
Yeah.
For me, those are the two. If you have governance and probably a sandbox, then you're able to continuously test and see what works for you. Yes, yes.
So the elephant in the room is about breaches. And I think every single time we see things happening. So data breaches, it's not a question of if, but when. And I think, as you've said again, maybe in that sandbox, you need to start testing all those kind of things. But what should every organization have in place before breaches occur? And what are the biggest mistakes you see after one happens? I'm sure you observe and see, and you look at them.
If you don't have a risk management framework, you will be caught flat-footed. And I think that is the issue. You see, because like we're saying, issues around breach is not if, it's when.
Yeah.
So I think the question is, many times people are not ready. And they always assume. So what we have seen from a data protection, sometimes the breaches are malicious or they are normally criminal attack. And most times, actually, they're the majority. They're at 51%.
Wow.
So we are seeing a rise in terms of, at least for our own analysis, that's from an institution.
Yeah.
We are seeing a rise in terms of cyber targeting high-value sectors such as finance and health and ICT.
Okay.
The other thing we see is human error, which is actually we say that your biggest weakness in systems is human error. And even we had that kind of an experience 2 years ago where we got a phishing email. They just need to go to the dark web and look at all the information you have been throwing there, and then they look for a vulnerability and then they hit you. So human error contributes. Where we are, the complaints we've had, some 27%, we at the commission. The other 10% is really about system failure, insider threats, and 10% where it's really about ICT resilience.
So let's talk about what we're seeing in terms of struggles to balance between innovation and regulation. In fact, some people start feeling like this data commissioner's office, have they come to actually stifle businesses? They're asking for too many things. I don't know what you tell them. But for now, how can organizations remain competitive and data-driven without exposing themselves to unnecessary regulatory risks?
I think it's a zero-sum game. To imagine that you can basically run without guardrails.
Yeah.
Because even if we don't catch up with you from a data protection perspective, I can guarantee you other regulators will catch up with you. Whether it's on competition, whether it's from a human rights perspective, it will catch up with you. It's a zero-sum game. It's just us being human to ask sustainability questions, which I would like us to look at data protection as a sustainability question. If your customers trust you, believe me, maybe now we probably need to profile and show organization which did data protection and how it helped them propel in terms of profit vis-a-vis that those did not.
I want to speak from the side of biasharas first, businesses that are represented here, because we don't. Nobody wants to feel like they're being pushed again. You know, KRA is there, and now ODCP is here. So we just saying. So let's talk about enforcement. And what I wanted to ask you is, it's a concern by businesses that yes, we are building, we're doing what. Some of them say come slowly. Yeah, they feel like you rush it. But what factors does ODPC consider before taking enforcement action?
Yeah.
And what does a good compliance culture look like from the regulator's perspective?
The truth is, we are a very woke society.
Yes.
Haki zetu is a phrase word in this country. Haki zetu, haki zetu. Really, is it also about responsibility? So if you understand that, then you know we are in a country which demands accountability 110%.
You're right.
So if we receive a complaint, it's inevitable we have to investigate it.
That's true.
So I normally advise businesses, please don't let the complaint get to us. That is a good practice as a business. When you get a letter from the office of the data commissioner, stop playing smart. Kama umefanya makosa, sema nimefanya
Makosa.
Na hivi ndivyo ninarekebi. Some people just ignore. They're like, huh?
Do what you got.
Bring your worst.
I have my lawyers.
So you ignore that.
Okay.
So what do you expect? So as a culture, as an office, we always send back the complainant to the data controller. Take advantage of that.
Okay.
And if you're in trouble, say it. Because the issue around data protection is defensibility. How can you defend yourself?
All right. I think you encourage in very good ways. In fact, even the courts in this country are also encouraging alternative ways of trying to discuss that.
Correct.
So enforcement is friendly. Please do that, but be responsible. Let me get to the questions. Who wants to start us off? The mic could be ready to go around so that when you ask the question, just straight to the point, ask your question, feel free. But let me start with the online one since it was already sent here. Someone is asking, as AI drives demand for more data centers across Africa, what policies should Kenya adopt now to avoid future conflicts over water resources?
I would encourage the person because I think Kenya is starting this journey about AI, and that obviously is a very valid concern.
Yeah.
We don't want to get to a place. You see, this challenge we have about human-wildlife conflicts are people who live along the national parks.
Yeah.
This is a similar question. And I'm glad this question the person is asking. I would encourage them. What are your proposals? Yeah, what are your proposals? Because it's a new thing. And since the ministry has called out for proposals, please share.
Yeah.
Share in terms of how we can balance those rights. Because at the end of the day, we are moving to AI and we can't wish it away. We can't be late. And the encouragement is to try and see if Africa can provide data centers.
Yeah.
So what would be the best way of going around it? I don't have an answer on that particular issue. Okay. But it's an issue that requires a lot of attention.
The question is on, now within Africa, what is the office doing to help in terms of the cross-border? Because we've had challenges there. I know the adequacy decision will support us, Europe and other countries, but in Africa that is not there. Number two, the question around the cost of compliance. Indeed, this is a key area for us, but then we've noted also the claimants. Some of them are opportunistic claimants, trying to take advantage of the compensations. So what is the office doing to protect businesses from such individuals? Then the last bit is the global giants. So I know most companies in this group, within this room, use, say, Microsoft, Gmail. What we've noted is the balance of power. We don't have bargaining power when you start contracting with these particular individuals. What is the office doing to also have these giants comply with our local requirements? Thank you.
The question on cross-border, we are actually at the tail end of publishing a guidance note on cross-border data transfer. In general, the Commission does not stop you from sharing data out of territory. It just has conditions for sharing data out of Kenya.
Maybe just for those who don't know, the adequacy is a legal instrument that will allow Kenya to transfer data to European Union and the European Union to transfer data to Kenya. So what that means is all those obligations are being made easier and easier for you. So there'll be easy flow of data between these jurisdictions. So currently Kenya, we are at advanced stages. We have finalized the technical evaluation. They are happy. We are now moving into the drafting of the decision, and hopefully it will go on well.
Within the country, there are so many people who lack the privilege of this information on the importance of data. Mm-hmm. How do we protect them? I'm speaking of someone like my grandmom, my mom. How does the commission protect those people? Because sometimes there's a very huge population who has not yet caught on the importance of their data.
Yeah, that is an awareness issue. We continue to do awareness. And it's one of the places we look for partnership. Yeah, we do realize that those are the very vulnerable in society, because the Gen Zs, they know. They are watu wa haki yetu. And also we have tried to do even in schools. We are now during school and drama festivals. So there's a sense of awareness at that age set. It's this, my mother's age, 70 years. Actually, the demographic, I would say, is between 60 going upward. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's 60 people who've left working, and they were never digital, they're called digital natives. Yeah. So they just land and then people are being taken advantage of. And it's a good question you've pointed in our direction. I think in our next targeted awareness creation, we'll focus on that vulnerable group of between 60 and above.
Do ordinary Kenyans really understand the value of their personal data? I think that's someone reflecting on it. I'm also wondering too.
I think they don't. Because just drawing the analogy Joshua said about giants.
Yeah.
What options do I have? Because when I grew up, we used to write letters.
Yes.
But now everybody's on WhatsApp. So if you took away WhatsApp as a platform, you're basically moving to dark. Yeah. Because it's really a working tool. Mm-hmm. So in that sense, they don't. So it's the responsibility of us, like I'm saying, to continuously create awareness, but also for your customers, because they also fall within that category.
If a company suffers a cyber attack today, what are the first 3 things it should do?
Once you've been hit, the first thing you should do is to know that you've been hit. Because sometimes we don't know. So that means that you should have had a cybersecurity team in place that is constantly scanning the environment and flagging out that something has gone wrong. And once that's flagged out, then you move into containment stage. This is where you need to be able to contain the heat in a way, by way of isolating and making sure that you eliminate the threat. After that, of course, now you restore back to where you were before, so that your business can continue.
What gives you confidence as Kenya advances that we can build an economy where innovation, investment, and privacy coexist? And what role should every business leader play in making that vision a reality?
I think what gives me confidence is the culture. Because one, let me say, we have a framework, the Data Protection Act. Because without it, you have no reference point. 2, we have developed a culture. If it was just the framework, it would be just another document. Yeah. But what has happened, we've developed a culture of data protection in this country. So people ask questions. Mm-hmm. So in that sense, what the third thing, business have had to re-engineer and come up with a way of existing within this frame, within this environment.
If you could change one misconception that Kenyan businesses have about data protection, what would it be?
I think Kenyan businesses think that they've been stopped from keeping information in the cloud.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a real misconception.
Okay.
Yeah, because those are the questions we keep asking. Okay. Oh, can I store my data in the cloud? You can store your data in the cloud, except You must keep a copy in certain categories, but nothing stops you from keeping information in the cloud.
Okay. Looking ahead, what should organizations in the room be preparing for in the next 12, 24 months?
So we are preparing for an election. So you look at it from a data protection perspective, that is one of the things you need to look out for.
Okay.
Yeah, so that you're not the source where people's data was gotten.
When I look at the Constitution and the office that you hold, looks like soon enough we might be having a celebration. What are you most happy about?
I think I'm happy about the change of culture as a country.
Yeah.
We have made data protection an issue of accountability and something that is spoken in boardrooms.
Okay.
I'm most proud about that, and people pause to ask questions.
Where would you rate us in Africa?
I think we are trailblazing in Africa.
Ish.
We are as an office.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We got 4 awards last year.
Wow.
On the global platform. It's never happened before at the Global Privacy Assembly.
Yeah.
And we've taken on very tough courts, decisions and determinations. Our determinations are quoted across Africa.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
We can't keep you past this. We know you need to deal with protecting us even more. But thank you so much to all our viewers. Thank you so much to the online participants. Very tough questions there. We appreciate you for that. And even for the ones who will watch this later on, it's still on YouTube. It's going to be there all through. Thank you so much for that. And of course, a special appreciation for these guys who stayed all the way. Thank you so much for your time. For now, we're going to go and enjoy snacks. If you're at home, just do whatever you can to enjoy yourself. Thank you so much. That has been the Trading Bell Town Hall with the Data Commissioner. Asante sana. Bye-bye.